Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here to Bennington College. I want to send out a couple shout outs to State Senator Brian Campion, who's here with us tonight, and to Chief Paul Doucette, who's here with us tonight with his lovely family. Thank you. I will spare you the song. But I just want to welcome you. Thank you for coming. We're delighted to have you here. I also want to really send out very many thanks to the Bennington Banner, who created this event, to Alan, to Fred, to the whole Banner team. It's very exciting to have this happening, and Bennington College is just delighted to be able to host this. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, David. As I said, please silence your phones. Once again, my name is Warren Dews, the Chief Consumer Sales and Events Officer for New England Newspapers, which includes the Manchester Journal, the Bennington Banner, and I'm happy to present our first ever Regional All-Star Awards. Thank you for coming out. And this is amazing, y'all. This is really, really beautiful. This is really a beautiful thing, and I definitely appreciate you coming out with the rain and everything. We're here tonight to celebrate the hard work and the dedication of some of our region's best young athletes. And I want to take a moment first of all to congratulate all of you and thank these young stars. We are here because of you, celebrating you and thanking you for enriching our community, for the hard work now and years to come. Once again, give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks to the parents for raising great young people, and thank you for helping with future bright stars. As you know already, we have the three-time Olympic gymnastic gold medalist, Gabby Douglas here tonight. Oh yeah. We'll be welcoming her in a few minutes. I have one question. Are there any gymnasts, any people that do gymnastics? Anybody? Stand up. Now let me clarify that. Anybody doing gymnastics now, not back in 1950, right now. All right, everyone who is a gymnast, stand up, let me see you, smile. Work your way up here to Mr. Allen English, our publisher. I'm going to.
Just need him to stand up here a little bit.
Okay. Now, as they're coming up here, I want to acknowledge a couple of people. Is our state senator in the house? Brian? And also a former gymnast. Just say something real quick. Just say hello.
Oh, yeah.
Tell your name.
Thanks. I'm Brian Campion, one of the area state senators, and even though it's last minute, I do appreciate the opportunity to have the chance to welcome everyone to this area. This is the first of, I think, many evenings of celebrating our young athletes. So I'm grateful for all of you, grateful for all of the sponsorship, and particularly grateful to be here to be part of this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
No problem. Is Matt Harrington in the house? Just stand. He's not here? Chris Oldham? Okay. They're coming. Well, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our sponsors, because we could not have this without our sponsors. And our first sponsor, Bennington College. Everyone with Bennington College, please stand. Thank you. Southwest Vermont Medical Center, please stand. Your family, everybody with you. It's funny, I was about to say Bennington Subaru, and Bob was about to stand up, so I was gonna try to psych him out. Everybody from Bennington Subaru, please stand. Okay. Bob said the rest of them not here because they're working selling cars, so make sure you go buy a car. Thank you. Awesome. So, what I want to do now is we thank our sponsors. Also, we have a few sponsors of our tables. I want to thank all the sponsors of Bennington County Chamber of Commerce, Stratton School, Houston Realty, and Burr and Burton Academy. Thank you. Tonight, we'll be honoring over 50 of our region's top high school athletes and coaches in about 20 different sports. We'll also be recognizing remarkable comeback stories, unsung heroes who made their team successful, possible, and ambassadors whose efforts and dedication promoted a positive reputation for their school and their teammates. A Team of the Year will also be recognized for the 2016-2017 athletic achievement, in addition to 2 top athletes of the year and coaches of the year. Presenting tonight's inaugural 2017 Manchester Journal and Bennington Banner Regional All-Star Awards is Alan English, the publisher of New England newspapers. Since Alan was hired, the Bennington Banner and the Journal have become stronger and more engaged as they hire new people and focus their mission. We just launched our new Go Shires mobile app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store for download. We have a new Upcountry, I'm sure you saw that magazine, and many more. As I asked Alan up here, are there any, I already asked about the gymnasts. What I want you to do now is I'm going to ask Alan to come up. Alan, please. Alan, it is your show now.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Warren. Let's give Warren a big round of applause. My passion for starting this event comes from experience and belief that high school sports is where the next leaders of our country are being developed, as well as other places. But high school sports does some special things. Teaches teamwork, social skills, ethics, and teaches them how to apply themselves to goals and plans. So we do have an incredible evening lined up for you. So I'm going to give a little bit of an outline of what's going to happen. So we're going to have about 65 to 75 minutes of awards. And when I announce the sport, the folks who know they're getting awarded in that sport should go ahead and make their way up here. And I'm going to mention the next sport too, so they can begin making their way up here in this crowded room. So we're going to have some special awards breaking up each of the sports from fall to winter to spring. That's how it's going to work, and I'll recap that again in a little bit in a minute, and we're going to have a special moment here because the sponsors made it possible for the athletes to attend for free tonight, and they made it possible for many families to attend at a discount. So thank you for that. Big thank you to them, Warren, and keep that in mind as we move forward tonight. So, I'm looking in the back of the room. We're getting ready to welcome our guest of honor. Please help us give a warm Olympic-level welcome to this 3-time gold medalist, Gabby Douglas. Thank you. Coming along the catwalk at the top. Gabby is going to help us celebrate these athletes tonight. That's how special you are. So she comes down. we'll ask her to move along the reception line of gymnasts that have come to meet her today. And just right around the front and say hello to Come on right down the front and say hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Gabby exemplifies all we seek to celebrate. She became the first woman of color and the first African American all-around champion in Olympic history. She got this second gold medal after she and her team, known as the Fierce Five, had already won gold in the team event. Then came 2016, when Douglas became the first reigning all-around Olympic champion to return to compete in a second Olympic Games, since Nadia Comaneci did in 1980, decades and decades ago. Douglas helped the U.S. women's gymnastics team grab the gold again with her impressive performance on the uneven bars. And now we can ask the gymnasts here to sit down and enjoy the show, and there'll be more to come. Thank you for helping us bring Gabby in the room. Gabby, you inspired us all. We're so grateful you could join us here tonight to celebrate. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, sure.
So good to
Thank
see you.
you.
You bet.
Hi, how are we doing tonight? Good. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to all the award winners, and keep up the great, amazing work. I don't know, I love coming and speaking and talking to the people that are behind us, and, you know, sharing my journey with you guys, and, you know, if it touches one person, then I'm truly satisfied. So it's just truly, I'm just so amazed, and you guys are so lovely, and thank you so much, and enjoy tonight. You guys all look amazing and handsome and beautiful, so thank you.
Thank you. So as I said, we call the names of the athletes, and to keep things moving along, you'll join over here to line up, and as I call your name and begin talking about you, that's when you begin walking across the stage. I'll call the names, and I'll let you know the sports, come up, and then we'll get you guided on through. Now, a couple sports, there's single school one in all sports. I know that you may want to get the entire group's picture taken with Gabby, so step off to the side of the stage, but make it snappy, because I'm going to go ahead and begin the next sport. So parents who might want to take pictures, you can see it's a crowded room. We discourage you from moving up to the front to try to do that, but if you feel necessary, we have a special penalty box where you can go to, but stay in the box, and then return to your chair if you want to take a picture. We also will have, Gabby will be helping hand the award to the athlete and then stepping off. We have a professional photographer who will be taking pictures of every award, so don't fret, those will be available online. So watch the flash too. Turn the flash off of your phones, because that can set things off. So with those things said, I want to tell you there are only a few athletes who couldn't make it tonight, and if somebody wants to represent that athlete, we know about a couple, but if somebody will represent that athlete, that way I can go ahead and read their words as we take them across the stage. So we're going to begin. The first sport up is football, and the next one after that will be soccer. So let's start by bringing up someone to represent Griffin Stalcup, Ryan McLenathan, Jay McCoy, and Coach Doug Luke. Please come on down. Come on over here. And will folks in the soccer awards, go ahead and begin making your way down behind them. Griffin, the Bulldogs' senior quarterback. Do we have a person representing Griffin? He was a senior quarterback, has kept Manchester program map for 4 seasons. Now I'll go to Ryan McLenathan. Step right on up, sir. Played a key role in securing Cambridge's first state title since 1999. He rushed for nearly 1,300 yards, just under 100 yards a contest, and scored 20 touchdowns on the ground. In the state title game, Ryan scored the opening touchdown to put the Indians ahead. And now, we're glad to see you. Thank you, sir. Applaud. And now let's bring up Jay McCoy. Jay was one of the top players in the state, garnering first-team honors on both offenses as receiver and on defense as a linebacker, propelling the Bulldogs to a 9-1 record and an appearance in the Division II championship game. He set a team mark in the opening win over Mount Mansfield when he caught a touchdown pass, ran for a touchdown, and threw a touchdown pass all in the same game. And again, will the soccer awardees begin making their way to the front, please? And now, for the football coach of the year, Doug Luke from Cambridge. Only a handful of coaches in New York State have won more than one state title in their careers, and after November 21st double overtime victory at the Carrier Dome over Maple Grove, Doug Luke became the most recent. His decision to go for a two-point conversion and the win in the state championship was one of the gutsiest in the history of the New York State tournament. Congratulations, Doug Luke. So honorees, you know who you are. We're going to bring up soccer and then field hockey. So field hockey, folks, begin making your way to the front. So we're beginning with Brooke Woodard from Burr and Burton Academy. Felix Kershaw from Burr and Burton Academy. Girls coach Suzanne Mears and boys coach Todd Wilkins. So Brooke Woodard, would you please? Or we have a representative for Brooke? Oh, very good. She walked right behind me. Good. In her only season with the team at Burr and Burton, Brooke scored a high team of 17 goals and was a big factor in winning the first ever Division I title. Congratulations. Thank you. And the male soccer player of the year, Felix Kershaw. Felix had a terrific year for the Bulldogs, leading the team in both goals and assists in his first season while dealing with injuries the entire year. And next, we have the girls soccer coach of the year, Suzanne Mears, Burr and Burton Academy. Suzanne led the Bulldogs to 16-1 and won the program's first ever Division I championship. It was the second title game appearance in a row for Suzanne, who in 3 seasons at BBA has a record of 49-3. And now for the boys soccer coach of the year, Todd Wilkins from Arlington Memorial High School. The Eagles and Todd Wilkins started the season slowly at 1-3-1, but went 8-2-2 the rest of the season en route to a Division IV semifinal appearance. Thank you, sir. Okay, we're making good progress. I have asked, I believe, the next group of folks to start showing up on top. That's great. We got field hockey. And the next one after field hockey is going to be cross country. Remember, tweeting tonight is #AllStars. So we have Liz Ryan, Allie Burdick, and Denise Campbell. Denise Campbell will be the coach of the year. Liz Ryan's from Hoosick Falls. Liz became the Section 2 leading scorer after her 5th varsity season in 2016. Liz is headed to the University of Albany in the fall. And now we have Allie Burdick, who's not here, but I will say Allie was the 2nd leading scorer for the Panthers with 13 tallies in 2016, finishing her 5-year varsity career with 84 goals, 2nd all-time in Hoosick Falls history. And at Hoosick Falls, responsible for a lot of this, right? Field hockey coach of the year, Denise Campbell. Denise won the 300th game of her career this year. She led the Panthers to a 19-1 mark. These are special statistics. In the Class C sectional championship title before her team bowed in the state regional round. Congratulations. So we have cross country up next, and after cross country, we have volleyball. I'll make a small note. There may be one award with a typo on it, and that award we'll have to fix. It happens when you're etching a bunch of awards. So just so you know, there's only one. We saw it, we caught it. So, but we won't mail it to you. We'll get that award to you. So cross country, we have Sarah Umflett from Mount Anthony. We have Evan Page from Mount Anthony, and we have Jim Doolin from Mount Anthony as the coach. So Sarah, a freshman, has been making a name for herself in Southern Vermont's running community for a few years now. In 2016, her first year running for the Patriots, she made sure the rest of New England knows who she is. This is her freshman year, and she finished as the 4th best freshman in the entire region. Congratulations. Please welcome Evan Page to the stage, another Marble Valley League All-Star, the top runner for the Patriots in this second season's running cross country. Overall, he came in second on his home course at the Marble Valley League Championships at Willow Park, 61st out of more than 800 runners. Congratulations, this sophomore has many miles ahead of him. Cross Country Coach of the Year, Jim Doolin, welcome. Mount Anthony. He has coached the Patriots for a decade. This season, he led MAU to podium finishes at the league championships, sent a runner to New England Regional at Rhode Island this season. Are you all there for a group shot? Go ahead and get together up on the stage for a group shot, please. Very good. Congratulations. Next up, we have volleyball. And I don't have another sport to announce because right after volleyball, we're going to do some special awards, and this will close out the fall sports. So we're moving right along. So I'm asking Ryan Ogilvie of Cambridge, Jordan Burke of Mount Anthony, and coaches Katie Contrata and Stephanie Parna to get ready to come onto the stage. Great. Ryan Ogilvie, leading the Indians this season. Ryan grabbed a place of the first team Wassarian League squad. She led in stats as well, with highs in digs and kills. Ryland has also achieved high academic honors, making the honor roll each quarter this year. Congratulations. And Jordan Burke has played for the Patriots for both seasons at MAU. She has a varsity volleyball team and is one of the leaders this season. Jordan was the only MAU player named to the Berkshire League All-Star. Did it all for the Patriots, having a hand on offense, kills, digs. This 6-foot-tall frame stopped a few blocks, we know. Congratulations. She has classroom accolades too, and that's a theme among many of the athletes honored here tonight. And in looking at the nominations, those things were kept in mind as performance. So just so you know, in terms of the judging, we're looking at outstanding athletes, academic athletes as well. So the volleyball coach of the year, Katie Contrata and Stephen Perna from Mount Anthony. After playing in the Berkshire League in Massachusetts, the second-year squad came into the Vermont playoffs as number 12 seed and upset Burlington. We love Burlington, but glad you upset them in the first round, 3-1 before falling to Rice. Improved from the beginning of the year to the end, beating St. Joseph and taking Mount Everett in 5 sets. Thank you, coaches, for your leadership. So the first special awards tonight, you're going to find about. These are previously unannounced, so these are going to be a little bit of a surprise. We have the Superfan Award, a person who demonstrates unyielding commitment to the school and sports programs. And then there'll be the Unsung Hero, the person who is a stalwart in the game or helping behind the scenes. And then there's the Six-Man Award, not necessarily a starter, but certainly a difference maker, and maybe the first one off the bench to help make a difference in key moments. So helping cover these feats of athleticism, and here to present the first evening's major awards is Bennington Banner and Manchester Journal's Assistant Sports Editor, Stephen Basson, or Stephen Basson. Welcome.
Thank you, Alan. Hope everyone's having a good time tonight, huh? You know, first one here. I'm really happy to see everybody who showed up tonight. I really appreciate it. I know all of us at the Banner and everybody that made this happen is happy to see all you smiling faces here. But let's get started with the awards. We're going to start with our Superfan Award, and it goes to someone that is well known in the Bennington community. In Banner Sports World, our Superfan competes in the Bennington Special Olympics in soccer and in basketball. He's always there supporting the kids, standing next to the entrance of the locker room and high-fiving them as they come by. He hasn't missed a game, according to his family, in years. Our Super Fan Award winner is a 1993 MAU grad and has always loved sports, football, basketball, you name it, he loves it. Over the years, MAU athletes have gotten to know this super fan through Special Olympics and have gotten, which plays a game every season at halftime of a basketball game. He supported all the Patriots for 15 years, and the kids have taken him under his wing. He remembers all the kids, when they graduated, their names. When he graduated, he won the Patriot Award, which embodies the true meaning of a Mount Anthony Patriot. After leaving MAU, he became very involved with United Counseling Services, something he continues to do to this day. He's been a coach for Special Olympics and continues to be involved with his church. His mom says that every time they go to a Bennington parade, he's so well known, it's like everyone thinks he's the team manager. He's accompanied by his mom, Kathleen Harwood, his two sisters, Lori Blair and Gail Balch. Our super fan of the year is Frankie Harwood. Everybody give Frankie another round of applause, please. Now on to our two Unsung Hero Award winners. Our next special award goes to a basketball player who, when talking to her coach this season, actually used the term unsung hero a few times to describe her. In 2017, she scored 20 or more points 4 times and averaged nearly 11 points a game. Her biggest talents, though, were not always put in the scorebook. She was among the top echelon of Patriots this year in assists, rebounds, steals, and a bunch of other stats. At the same time, playing point guard, she was leading off, and she was also facing usually the other team's best defender. She was named a first-team All-Marble Valley League All-Star this year and has been to 2 state semifinals in her career. She'll be attending and playing basketball at Cudahy College this fall. Our Unsung Hero Award winner is Mount Anthony's own Brianna Legacy. Everybody give Brianna another hand, please. Our next unsung hero comes from a small school, and not like some Division I athletes, she did not get much attention, but she definitely deserved it for what she accomplished in her 5 years at Arlington Memorial High School. From the soccer field to the basketball court, this athlete started in 4 varsity sports for the Eagles. She was one of the best players on the Eagles girls soccer team that made it to the quarterfinals of the Division IV tournament this year. In basketball, she led the team in scoring 2 straight seasons, averaging 11.5s a game and helping the team make it to the Division IV quarterfinals this season. A Division D first-team All-State honoree for the Eagles. Our athlete will continue playing basketball at Green Mountain College this fall. Our Unsung Hero Award recipient is Arlington's Riley Lane. Everybody again give a hand for Riley Lane. Now on to the 6th Man Award. This player exemplified the true meaning of being a team player and helping his team win on the field. His playmaking abilities could be overshadowed at times, but that didn't take away from how his play valued on the field. During his high school career, this 3-sport athlete made his name known at Burton Academy. He was integral part of the BBA football team's run to 2 straight state champion teams, helping the team win the program's second state title in 2015. In basketball, he was one of the team's top rebounders on the team, providing great defense on the perimeter and in the paint. At the same time, he could also come up with some big shots from the field when the Bulldogs needed it. As a midfielder on the BBA boys lacrosse team, he was the heart and soul of the squad, his coach said. His play on both ends of the field helped the Bulldogs make it to the semifinals of the Division I state tournament this year. He will continue his academic and athletic endeavors at St. Lawrence University, this fall. Our male Sixth Man of the Year honoree is Sean Apps. Sean was not able to make it tonight, so we'll move on. Our Sixth Woman of the Year goes to someone who has been a major piece of her team's success on the soccer pitch, the basketball court, and the softball diamond. During the fall, she was the starting goalie for the Hoosick Falls girls soccer team, racking up an 84% save percentage and being named an honorable mention Wazirland League All-Star. In the winter, she was a city senior influence on the Panthers girls basketball team that made it to the sectional semifinals, quite literally being the sixth man, being the first player that usually came off the bench. To cap off her senior year, she was on the softball team that made it to his first sectional playoff appearance in 4 years, and she helped the team pull an opening round upset. She will be going to Potsdam this fall. Our Sixth Woman of the Year is Hoosick Falls, Sydney Miller. Everybody give a round of applause for Sydney. And now it's back to you, Alan.
Good job. Thank you, Stephen. Really, good job. So we're off to winter, one of my favorite times of year. We're on time, so let's keep help celebrating these kids. Parents, they go through so much supporting you, your friends, the time they spend driving you, lots of hours dealing with uniforms or whatever it is that needs to be dealt. I would like all the athletes in the room to stand up. Please, if you're an athlete being honored tonight, please stand up. Okay. Now, before you sit down, please stay standing. Do not sit down. Don't sit down. Stand right back up. Great. Your parents deserve a round of applause from you for all they've done to support you and your family and everybody around you. Thank you. Do thank those around you. It takes a team on the field and at home. So winter lasts so long in New England that no less than 2 Olympic recognized sports were invented here. Fun fact. But before we get into some of those, let's start with basketball. And after basketball will be wrestling. So if the basketball honorees and wrestling honorees would begin making their way up, that's great. In basketball, we're going to do all 7. Carter Vickers from Burton, who may not be here, or is. We have Matthew Anderson from Mount Anthony, Liam Sheldon from Long Trail, and boys coach Chris Taft from Arlington. And then we have Madison Little from Mount Anthony, Kelly Pine from Hoosick Falls, and girls coach Dan Sleeman from Mount Anthony. Please make your way up here. Don't believe Carter was not able to make it tonight, but after a teammate was injured preseason, Carter became the main threat for the Bulldogs. And now we'll move to Matthew Anderson. Matthew was one of the most consistent players this season, finishing second in the area with 328 points. I had heard Matthew was going to be here, but if there's somebody representing Matthew that could come up and get Matthew's award, that'd be great. Next up, we have Liam Sheldon, who we know is not here. So we're going to let you know that Liam led the Long Trail in what was the program's second season ever on a schedule of all away games, since they don't even have their own gym. Wow. And the boys basketball coach of the year, who's not here, I guess they all had to go play basketball, was Chris Taft of Arlington. Let's give him a round of applause even though they're not here. Good news is Madison Little may be here. Madison, please come on up. The eighth girls player in Mount Anthony history to reach 1,000 career points. But it didn't stop there. She actually had 1,103 points. Sixth all time. Madison's the leading scorer in our area for this season. She racked up 396 points for an average of 17.2 per game. Wow. Kelly Pine, would you please join us on the stage? Another 1,000 point milestoner, the fifth player in Hoosick Falls history to do so. She had an average of 17.3. So 17.2, that's close. Very good. Top rebounder. She'll attend Hardwick College this fall. The girls basketball coach of the year, Dan Sleeman from Mount Anthony. Very good. After 15 years leading the Mount Anthony to more than 200 wins and 7 semifinal appearances, that was as the boys, Dan Sleeman took on the challenge of leading the Patriot ladies. Dan Sleeman never missed a beat, leading the Patriots to an 18-5 record, and in another appearance, the finals. The Patriots first since 2014. Way to go. Our wrestlers have made their way up here, and then after that, we're gonna do swimming. And so we're gonna see what we're doing here. We're going from warm to cold. All right, so we have wrestling, Ashton Schaefer from Mount Anthony, Sam Wilkins from Mount Anthony, Matt Laporte from Hoosick Falls, and Coach Brian Kuhn from Mount Anthony. So Ashton, come on up. Ashton finished his school career with 215 wins, tied for fourth in the all-time Mount Anthony history. He finished out his career, Patriots in style, racking up a 56-5 record this season. I think I was like 0-5 and kicked out when I was in wrestling. Sam Wilkins, please come on up. Sam wrestled at 160 pounds and went 47-12 and had one of the best moments of the year when he upset Essex Jack Carney in the state championship final to score his first crown. Congratulations. Matt Laporte, step right on up. He finished his third varsity season for the Panthers with a 30-7 season mark. He qualified for the state tournament in Albany. In his first match, Matt upset the top seed in the 113-pound weight class. He won the second match, so you see how he was set up before he had to step out. Congratulations. He'll get him next time. He sports an 86-25 record. So now, the wrestling coach of the year. You know, I did want to be a boxing announcer. Brian Kuhn from Mount Anthony. Brian Kuhn's squad knocked off the eventual region champs Danbury in a duel in January. Not bad for your first gig. He has 12 finalists at the state championships, and 5 have won those championships. And now into the water. After water, where we're swimming, and I want the swimming honorees to please make their way up to the front, we'll go to alpine skiing. So, all from the same school, we have from Mount Anthony, we have Zach LaForest, Gina Staub, and Anna Webster Lang, the coach. Zach LaForest, come on up. He earned a second place in the 50 free and 5th place in the 100 free at the Berkshire individual meet, along with helping the 200 freestyle relay to the runner-up finish. He's been one of the top male swimmers in Berkshire League over the past couple of seasons. Congratulations, Zach. Doing one sport is not enough for Gina Staub. She's a three-sport athlete and was the valedictorian of the Arlington senior class. I can't even get up for a hike some mornings. It's great. As a captain and a four-member of a team, she filled in many different spots, including individual medley, the butterfly, and setting personal bests in each. University of Vermont is going to see this student on their campus. Mechanical engineering, of all things. Fabulous. Swim Coach of the Year, Anna Webster Lang. This was her first as head coach, but he'd been an assistant for years with former coach Anna Swirad. You just heard about the performance she helped coach. Let's congratulate her. Yep, time for a group photo, but make it snappy. Very good. So alpine skiing is next, and after that we'll go to Nordic skiing, staying with the theme. We'll have Olivia Holm of Stratton Mountain School, with Lydia Morgantini of Burr and Burton. We'll have Blake Green of Burr and Burton, and Coach Trey Spencer of Burr and Burton. So first up's Olivia Holm. Please welcome her to the stage. Olivia competes in SMS Olympic training program and garnered a second place finish in the Alp Simbra Children Cup in Italy. The event is one of the largest and premier for U16 skiers in Europe, bringing top athletes from all over the globe. Back on American soil, she did not disappoint at Sugarloaf with a pair of U16 championships. Lydia Morgantini. Lydia was a top female skier for the Bulldogs, racking up podium finishes throughout the season. She won an event at Bromley, the Bulldogs' home course, in more than 3 seconds and scored a second-place run at Suicide 6. Congratulations. Blake Green. Blake was the first in Division II and 4th overall in the state meet in slalom. He helping the BBA boys team finish runner-up in the slalom team competition. He's also 9th in giant slalom, taking top 10 in both disciplines. Congratulations, Blake. Making sure they're prepared, Skiing Coach of the Year, Trey Spencer from Burr and Burton. He led the Bulldog boys to a third-place finish in the state championship, only behind Harwood and Rutland, and the girls to 5th place. He also helped his skiers win meets at Suicide 6, Pico, and Bromley Mountain, among others this season. Fabulous. Fabulous. Some of you in the audience might be thinking, you know, I know a couple of really great athletes, some skiers, runners who haven't been called up tonight. Well, that's what next year is all about, making sure you get a little involved in the nomination process, because we had coaches and athletic directors and our own observations to work through this year, and we'd like to get a little crowdsourcing into the next year. So make sure when you see the call out, well, I guess you have to be a subscriber to see the call out for being able to send in the nominations for us to take a look at and include. So we hope many of you will join us next year to help honor perseverance and the excellence. So now to Nordic skiing, and after that, snowboarding. So make sure you will get your started walking up here. Natalie Jelly from Mount Anthony for Nordic skiing. Brennan Harris from Burr and Burton. Ben Doucette from Mount Anthony, and Coach Bruce Smith from Mount Anthony. Natalie was one of the most consistent skiers this season for the Patriots. She was a top MAU skier at the state classic meet, 16th overall. She was also the first MAU finisher in freestyle, 15th overall. Brennan Harris, come on up. She was consistently at the top of the leaderboard this year. She was 19th overall in the classic. Brennan finished 21st overall in freestyle race, the top Burr and Burton skier in both state races. Congratulations. We doing good? Everybody good? All right, still hanging in there? Great. Ben Doucette, please come on up. Ben propelled Mount Anthony to a fourth place finish in the Classic Relay, running the first 2.5 kilometer leg in 8 minutes and 43 seconds, and led off the freestyle relay as well. He's a tri-honor athlete, and we are glad to see you here. Got to watch out for his family, though. I think there's someone in the law enforcement business in his life. Very good. So I always try to stay right behind him, right speed. So the Nordic Skiing Coach of the Year is Bruce Smith. Please welcome him up, Mount Anthony. Bruce led the Patriot girls to 5th place finish and the boys to 6th place finish at the state meet in March. In his 11 seasons leading Mount Anthony, Bruce's boys team have won 3 state titles, finished 1st or 2nd in 8 of those, and his girls teams have matched that. Congratulations. Now, I'm not sure if these folks here have a little note that somebody may be here on behalf to help accept the honors in the next category. But in snowboarding, and next will be hockey. Hockey, start making your way up here. We have, from snowboarding, we have Allie Nowicki. I believe her brother is here, or her parents are here to help take that honor. Allie's performance this season helped the Bulldogs win a state championship back in March. Allie was first at states in both the half-pipe and slopestyle events and won in a big way. 16 points better than second and 37 better than the half pipe. I guess Sean White better look out. There you go. And I believe the Coach of the Year is unavailable, but the Coach of the Year is Jason Thomas from Burton. Is he here? Oh, he is here. Fabulous. Congratulations. So every now and then we have someone show up that we thought wasn't here. That's great. Jason led the girls to the state championship overall title. An impressive effort by 4 points. Some of those scores that came in were the half-pipe discipline, and they also won slopestyle by a whopping 13 points. Isn't it incredible? Congratulations. And they'll come up for a group photo. And so as we move from powder to the hard stuff, ice, baby. Did I do that okay? Okay, a couple people. Those are the older folks in the room, right? Okay. So ice hockey after that will be bowling. So here we go. Molly Dingley from Burr and Burton. Egan Schmidt from Burr and Burton. Sam Cottrell from Burr and Burton. Not here, I believe, but maybe. Mark Slade from Burr and Burton, the coach. We'll have Molly. Come step right on up, Molly. Molly was the backstop for Burr and Burton team that struggled mightily in Division I this year. This 3-year starter was captain for the Bulldogs. With more than 50 saves in a game and a handful of times this season, Molly kept the Bulldogs in the game. Congratulations, Molly. And now we have Egan Schmidt. Egan led Burr and Burton this season with 29 goals, 10 assists, and they helped the team go 15-5-2. He was strong on power play, scoring 7 goals, and was named to the All-State team after leading Burr and Burton in the Division II semifinal for the 2nd straight season. Is Sam Cottrell here? Wonderful. Sam led the Bulldogs in assists and points with 22 and 40. He was 2nd overall with 18 goals as well and strong in the power play, scoring 7 goals with the man advantage. Congratulations. And now for the Ice Hockey Coach of the Year, Mark Slade. In Mark's first year as the head coach, after being an assistant in the past, the Bulldogs did go 15-5-2. They lost in the semifinal to Harwood. The number 3 ranking and record was the best for the BBA boys since 2013 in his first year. I don't see a whole lot of cell phones up. I'm a little worried about that because I want to see that hashtag All-Stars. Maybe you could tweet out something that's happened tonight, a photo of somebody from across the table. We want to get that rolling, and don't forget the Snapchat filter that's available. It has a geo filter on it. No, don't use the doggy filter. Use the geo filter for the event. Great. So we've given out about 50 awards so far. We're well past halfway. Bowling is next, and then cheer. And then after cheer will be dance. So if they could make their way to the front, that'd be great. So bowling, it's 3 strikes in a row. A turkey for Hoosick Falls. AJ Hurlbutt from Hoosick Falls, John Bassini, and Coach James Lynch. AJ, come on up. It's good. The junior co-captain averaged 210 pins, the highest total for the Panthers. He shot better than a 700 series twice during the season, once against Saratoga and other against Waterford. Led the Panthers to a 57-7 mark. And now, welcome John Bassini. I hope I'm saying that right. Bassani, okay, there you go. John is a senior co-captain, had the second highest average on the team at 207. However, you need to know this. He fired a perfect 300 game in the league championship match against Fort Edward. That's unbelievable. He also fired that 300 along with a 255 and a 236. I am not hitting the pine with him. Not doing it. The bowling coach of the year, James Lynch from Hoosick Falls. In his first season leading the bowlers, he went 57-7. They won the Southern Division of the Adirondack League. They were second at the Adirondack League tournament in February. What a trio. And now for cheer. And remember, dance is after that. So Madeline Minshew from Mount Anthony, please come onto the stage. Her coach, Jamie Capriola-George, could not be here, but Madeline is here. The lone senior for the Patriots this season, Madeline was a captain and led them to a 6th place finish at the New England Spirit Championships. It was the top finish by a Vermont team in their division. At the New England meet, they scored 176 points, the second highest total of any Vermont school. We're here to honor that achievement. Congratulations. Now we're going to do dance, and I'm not announcing another sport because we're at that special time in the event where there's going to be a couple more special awards. I hope you're comfy. If you haven't gotten your desserts, you should. It's a little hard to move. I know we have to work on the size of the venue next time, but we are so appreciative. We had no idea this many folks would really come in. We had tapped at about 300, but we are so excited to have a sold-out room and to have this happening. So please, again, thank you to helping celebrate these students. So dance. Cassidy Loomis from Mount Anthony. Come on up. And Coach Erica Cummings, not be here, but Cassidy's got it. She was the captain for the Mount Anthony dance team who competed at Regional New England Dance Championships for the 3rd time in 4 years. She led them to a 3rd place finish in Palm at that division at the Vermont State Tournament. Vermont, I need to say it a little more fluidly. Vermont, very good. I'm most recently from Louisiana, so I'm resettling myself in New England after being in Rochester for a while. So I'm really happy to be here with you. I've been here almost 7 months, coming back as the publisher of New England newspaper. So it is indeed a pleasure to be here with you. We have Erica Cummings is here. Very good. Stuck in the middle. This is the coach of the year. I'm glad she's here. As we heard earlier, she took New England tournament for the 3rd time, and after they finished 3rd in the Palm division of the state meet, they were 9th in their division. Congratulations on all you've done. I'd like to take another moment to recognize a sponsor here that we did earlier, but take a little more time on Bennington Subaru. Maybe you saw the car on the way in? Did you see that car? A lot of people drive Subarus up here in the north. I see that to help you through the snow. They offer a wide variety of cars, but even more importantly is they're giving back to the community in ways like this and through other charities. And when you need a car and you're at an event like this, sometimes it's nice to think about the folks who've supported the good work that you're doing. And that's just to let you know that Subaru jumped in with both feet to help make this event happen. Thank you, Subaru. Our next set of awards are special. Our comeback honorees are just as it sounds, and you'll hear what makes them special. And then we give a Helping Hands Award meant to honor somebody in the background, somebody who is helping the coaches and players focus on what they need to do and helping out with other things. And then there's the Courage Award, an inspiring award for perseverance against the odds. And now, to present those awards, a man who's been following the careers of these young stars and writing their stories, and he's dedicated himself to this mission, our sports editor, Adam Samrov. Please welcome him to the stage.
Wow, this is amazing. Guys, thank you again so much for being here. This is something else. Really quick, I just wanted to thank my wife up there, Cassandra, has helped me out through all this. You guys know her face, probably, a lot of guys, when she's helped me take pictures and stuff, so I wanted to really get that out there to everybody. Thank you. Hey, look at that! Thank you, guys. Our first award, Male Comeback Player of the Year, is Griff Stallcup. He, as you found out earlier, is not here, so I'm going to move on to our other Comeback Player of the Year. On February 18th, the Mount Anthony dance team competed at the Vermont State Championships. Everything was going well for the Patriots as they did their pom routine until one jump. One of their team members went down in a heap, wanting for anything to finish the routine, but unable to do it. The Patriots ended up bringing a third-place finish home in the prom discipline, but afterwards, it was a trip to the emergency room to find out the bad news. She'd broken her foot. While her dance season was over, the senior, who also plays lacrosse, worked hard to come back. She went to every lacrosse practice despite her injury, and after only a few weeks, still unable to run, she was getting in work to get better every day. Less than 2 months later, on April 11th, she was back on the field, helping her team earn a victory against Burton. The rest of the way, she racked up a 13-1 record as Mount Anthony Lacrosse reached its second straight championship final. For these reasons and more, our Female Comeback Player of the Year award goes to Mount Anthony's Carly Plaisance. You have to do that. Oh, get a picture. There we go. Woo! All right. Our next award is the Helping Hands Award. After covering the Mount Anthony wrestling team for the past 7 years, I've traveled to state tournaments all over Vermont and the past 5 New England tournaments in Eastern Mass and Rhode Island, and so is she. I have just a fraction of the knowledge of the logistics of bringing a contingent of more than 24 people throughout New England. For our Helping Hands Award, it's going to 2 students as team managers who get up at the same time as the wrestlers for the 5 a.m. bus rides, traveling all over the region to support their team. At the same time, they do whatever tasks they're assigned, videotaping matches, running the scorebook during dual meets and tournaments, and even using the strobe light during the famous Mount Anthony warm-up entrance. They're not athletes, but without them, the Mount Anthony wrestling program would lose the smooth way in which it's run. For their efforts, we are honoring them with our Helping Hands Award, Mount Anthony's Anna Jacobs and Lorena Honorado. There they are. Oh, thank you. She's coming up. She's got a ways to go. That's okay. I know. She's coming. Come on. Come all the way from the back. Our next award is the Courage Award. And I only have a few minutes, so I have to hurry to talk about these people's amazing lives. And it's going to take a little bit for me too. So, our first honoree for our Courage Award comes from North Belmore, Long Island, New York. So he's a Flatlander, but came to Arlington in the fall of 1972. In the same year he started teaching in Arlington, he began a 3-decade-long coaching career in boys soccer. During that time, he earned dozens of awards. Vermont Coach of the Year 6 times, National Soccer Coaches Association of America Award 4 more times, and the National Coach of the Year in 1995. He finished his career with the most wins in Vermont boys soccer history. He retired from teaching in 2003, and in those 31 years, he was a teacher, athletic director, and head of the middle school. After retiring from Arlington, our honoree decided he wasn't done with coaching and went to Castleton University, where he led the men's soccer program to 3 conference championships. He founded the Arlington Youth Soccer League, running it for nearly 30 years, and now it bears his name. But for nearly 2 years, this person has been in a fight. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer in August 2015 and has spent countless hours traveling between the Southwestern Vermont Medical Center and Dartmouth-Hitchcock for treatments. It was a punch in the stomach. Immediately, he started chemotherapy and hormone therapy. It worked for a little while, but then it didn't. He met with a specialist in October 2016 who told him he might have 4 years to live. He said he thought about his grandchildren and all the reasons to be alive. Now he's been going for chemotherapy the past few months. And by his side the entire time is our second honoree, his wife of more than 40 years. On that same day in October, she was at the same hospital, Dartmouth-Hitchcock, for her own treatment. She's battled cancer, multiple myeloma. She had a stem cell transplant in 2009, which put her cancer into remission for nearly 7 years, but then it came back. And last October, she had another transplant. As both battled their medical issues, our honorees came back to a simple mantra: losing is not an option. A former player of our honoree, Brandon Smith, has graphic design chops and had the motto, Linao, L-I-N-A-O, put on bumper stickers for family, friends, and a lot of former players. It started small, but in the months since, they've sent the stickers all over the country and even around the world, even as far away as Germany, and people would send money back as donations. Since then, they've raised more than $3,500 and have donated all of it to the Cancer Center at Southwestern Vermont Medical Center. Their energy is infectious. They exude so much positivity that you can't help but be in awe of both of them. Both are doing well now. Her cancer's in remission again, and his last chemotherapy was a month ago. So the fight continues, but they'll come out on top. Our Courage Awards go to John and Judy Werner. Please give him another round of applause, please.
Students, here are your examples. Well, that takes us to the Spring Awards. We're on the final stretch before we spend a few minutes, more than a few minutes, talking with our special guest about all the things that's gone on in her life and pieces of inspiration for you, we expect. So thank you, Adam. Did a great job. Appreciate that. We're moving to golf and then to tennis. So if the folks from golf would begin to move themselves to the front, that would be wonderful. They do a lot of walking anyway, through fairways and many apart. We also then make sure the tennis folks come up. So in golf, we're going to be honoring Ryan Bloomer from Hoosick Falls And the coach, Pam Hatfield from Hoosick Calls. Ryan Bloomer. He's coming on. Is that Ryan up there? Wave to us. You Ryan? Ryan was the #1 golfer for the Panthers this season, going unbeaten in 14 head-to-head matchups, 13 wins and 1 tie. Ryan was a medalist and low score overall 4 times during the year. He shot a 79, something I aspire to, at the Class CD tournament, finishing at the co-medalist at Hoosick Falls. So he did this as a freshman. Fun fact, as a freshman. Don't know that the coach is here, but we honor Pam Hatfield of Hoosick Falls as well. As we bring tennis up here, we need to bring softball right behind them. Softball has a lot of folks, so please begin making your way up here. So tennis, all from the same school. We have Mount Anthony senior, now freshman, Allie White. And we have coaches Steve Cogashell and Tanya Case from Mount Anthony. Allie, welcome to the stage. This is your moment. She was integral to the Mount Anthony girls tennis team's success. The senior captain went 12-2 as a singles player, helping MAU go undefeated in the regular season and for the 2nd straight year. Congratulations. One of these folks couldn't be here tonight because they're in Russia. And I was thinking, in Russia, is that really where you want to be right now? It's okay, she's Russian. There's got a good reason to be there. So Steve Cogashall and Tanya Case are the coaches of the year. Congratulations. They brought the Patriot girls tennis team to new heights over the past couple of seasons. Last season, the Mount Anthony girls reached a Division I semifinal match for the first time in program history and went undefeated in the regular season. Congratulations. And thank you for your leadership. So softball, and after softball, we have track. So let's get ready to run. Softball, all from the same school. We have Taylor DeCranian, Kat Worthington, and Coach Katie Contrada. Taylor has continued to be a strong ace for the Mount Anthony softball team this spring, her 3rd season in the circle of varsity sports. The junior went 17-1, helping the Patriots win their 3rd championship in 4 years. And now Kat Worthington. Softball team's shortstop continued to be a big bat at its lineup this spring. Kat helped lead the offense that scored 15 or more runs in 7 games during the regular season. Making the transition over to shortstop from second base, she played stellar defense. Congratulations. Let's welcome the softball coach of the year, Katie Contrada. In her 8th season, she's closing in on 100 wins for her career. The past 5 seasons, she has led the Patriots to an unbelievable 83-9 record. Congratulations. They got 3 state championships under her watch. Congratulations. Very good. So we're starting to track, and after track, we'll hit lacrosse. So we'll have, in track, we have Abby Crozier from Mount Anthony, Seal Sun from Burton, and Coach Amanda Mullen from Mount Anthony. All right, let's help welcome Abby Crozier to the stage. We have Abby? Abby's not here. We have not here is Seal Sun. He stole the joke I was going to make about him running at the speed of light. Anyway, so we have the track coach, Amanda Mullen from Mount Anthony. She's first to coach for the Patriots, led them to top 4 finishes in 4 different meets during the 2016. She led the girls team to a pair of first-place finishes at Fairhaven and Rutland, and 2nd in their home meet. On the boys' side, they finished 3rd and 4th at Fairhaven and Rutland. So congratulations. Last two sports, some special awards, and then on to the question and answer with Abby. So, lacrosse to baseball. We have Emily Atlin from Mount Anthony, Brianna Zaprich from Mount Anthony, and girls coach Whitney Brooks from Mount Anthony, Maxwell Hoffer from Cambridge, and Carter Vickers from Burr and Burton, and boys coach Mark Lange from Burr and Burton. So up, Emily Atlin from Mount Anthony. Fun fact, Emily broke the school record of 223 career goals against Hoosick Falls earlier in the year, finishing her career with 295 goals with 140 assists. 295, just 5 more away from 300. That's fabulous. So now Brianna Zaprich. I hope I said that correctly. Now, give me a hint. Zaprich? Okay, there. Very good. If opponents try to stop Brianna's teammates, though, she made them pay, but not in a way you're thinking. She scored 76 goals this year, second on the team, and second in assists. So if they didn't watch out, if they were on her teammates, she was over there scoring a goal. All of them looking out for each other. I believe she's off to RPI in the fall to study engineering. And the girls lacrosse coach of the year, Whitney Brooks from Mount Anthony. This Division I championship coach is in her 3rd year. Led the Patriots to a 44-10 record in her career, and the 2016 Division I state championships, only the 2nd title in the history of the program. Up for a group photo. Fabulous. And on to the boys. Maxwell Hoffer. Maxwell was a top scorer for the Indians as they went 13-4 and reached their first ever sectional final this season. Maxwell had more than 40 goals and 30 assists in the season, including games where he racked up 30 total points in one game and another record 9 goals in another. Maxwell, that's fantastic. Unfortunately, I guess multiple winner Carter Vickers, we heard his name before, is not able to be here. But behind this team, we have the boys lacrosse coach of the year, Mark Lange, Burr and Burton. Get right, close. Very good. In his first season coaching the Bulldogs, Mark led them to a 12-4 record, outscoring opponents 189 to 126. Fabulous. And now to baseball. This marks the last of the regular awards, so let's head it out of the park. Thanks. I do words for a living, but I don't do this for a living, so you can tell. Player of the Year, Jay McCoy from Burr and Burton. Were you up here before? He's been up here before. On a team full of top players, Jay leads the pack for the Bulldogs, batting .300. On the mound, Jay is 6-0 with a .92 ERA to lead Burr and Burton pitching staff. Jay's win in the semifinal game against Burlington propelled BBA to their Division I state title. Jack Lane, he's been a major factor in reviving the Arlington baseball program over the past couple of seasons. Their 8-win total in 2017 is the most since 2008. In one game this season, Jack struck out a career-high 5 hitters in a 9-0 win over Twin Valley. Jack is one of the top hitters for the Eagle and the team's ace on the mound. Congratulations. Ryan O'Neill was the #1 pitcher on the Mount Anthony staff for the 2nd straight season. It included striking out 12 and an 8 shutout innings in the season opener. He's off to the University of Connecticut, I believe. Fabulous. Did I get that right? Yep. And now, We have Ryan. Let's see, do I have this right? I think I might get lost here. Give me a second, folks. Make sure I got this right. Ah, here we go. Baseball Coach of the Year. Sorry, folks. Ed Lewicki from Burton. So Ed, who's been the Bulldog baseball coach for the past 2 seasons, led BBA to 33-6 record and the Division I state championship this year, upsetting the top seed. His team set the new Division I scoring record for runs in the championship game. Last season, as a number 5 seed, the team upset Champlain Valley and St. Albans en route to the title game. Congratulations. So next, we're going to have a moment with one of our sponsors. As I started out on our show, we want to be able to give a good moment to thank them for making tonight possible. And then we'll have some special awards. So from Southwestern Vermont Medical Center, we have with us Dr. James Poole. He's the Medical Director of Medical Affairs and the Hospitalist Program. Doctor?
Thank you. Wow, some impressive athletes. Southwest Vermont Medical Center is pleased to sponsor this inaugural event. First, we'd like to congratulate all the athletes and the coaches that received awards tonight. We know all the hard work and dedication it takes to be an athlete at this level. Not only the athletes, but the parents. I know that for a fact because I'm a parent of 3 little ones that just started playing sports. And definitely a lot of time goes into driving around. So we congratulate you for taking care of your athletes. But again, I'd just like to congratulate everybody tonight, and thanks for having us, and have a great night.
We'll be hearing from Gabby Douglas in a few moments, but first, to present some more special awards to the Team of the Year and the Male and Female Coach of the Year awards. This man, you should know, was recently named the new managing editor for all of our Vermont newspapers. You're hearing it first. We're writing about it soon. Just letting you know, his name is Greg Sukenik. Welcome to the stage.
Well, I guess I'm going to be busy. Thank you all very much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see it's been said before, but it's great to see such a big crowd here for this event. We're really, really proud of that. We thank you all for coming out and for supporting this. So let's talk about some superlatives, some coach and teams of the year. Now, everyone here has achieved great things, but we did decide to name a team and coaches of the year, so here we go. Our team of the year had an amazing year statistically, outscoring their opponents 681 to 108 in 13 games. That's more math than I can do, and finishing the season undefeated. They scored more than 50 points per game 9 times, including a blowout in the team's state semifinal win. They won their first championship since 1999, a 1-point double overtime victory, and they had 3 first-team All-State players tied for most in New York State Class D. We're talking about Cambridge Central School football team. Come on up. You are the team of the year. Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach. All right, let's have another hand for our team of the year. Wait a minute, hang on. And one more hand for our team of the year. Don't go too far away now. Let's get down to our boys sports coach of the year. Only a handful of football coaches in New York State have won more than one state title in their careers. And this person, after November's 22-21 double OT victory at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse over Maple Grove, became the most recent. His decision to go for a 2-point conversion and the win, that pass from Zach Rowland to Sean Lemieux, was one of the gutsiest in the history of the New York State tournament, arguably. He continues to creep his way up the list of career victories, now with 191 between Cambridge and Hoosick Falls. That's 15th in New York State by active coaches. It's his second state championship, and he's also earned the USA Today American Family Insurance Coach of the Year honor, along with the Class D honor from the New York State High School Football Coaches Association. So, Coach Luke, come back on up. You are the Boys Sports Coach of the Year. All right, one more hand of applause for Coach Luke. And now to our girls' Coach of the Year. The past 2 seasons have been record-breaking for this coach and the Mount Anthony girls lacrosse team. Last year, I just gave it away, didn't I? Last year, the Patriots went all the way and won this program's second Division I state championship. With an offense that scored 297 goals this spring, there was not a hangover for the Patriots, who rolled to a 17-0 regular season record and tripped back to the Division I championship game. And they lost in the finals this time around, but those 17 wins are tied for the most wins in the program's history. In the last 3 seasons, she has led MAU to a record of 44-10. Congratulations, Whitney Brooks. And let's have another round of applause for Coach Brooks. Thank you. Because being in the news, you're accustomed to giving the details up front, so much for suspense. But let's end some suspense and get on to our Q&A with our special guest, Gabby Douglas. Our special guest was born in Newport News, Virginia in 1995, began her gymnastics career at age 6. By age 14, she had convinced her mother to let her move alone to Iowa to train with Coach Lang Chow, previous mentor of Olympic champions. And in 2012, at age 16, when most of us are learning to drive, she became the first woman of color and the first African-American all-around gymnastics champion in Olympic history, as well as the first to win both the team and individual gold medals in the same Olympiad, along with her Fierce 5 teammates. Now, most gymnasts don't come back 4 years later to defend their gold medal. Our special guest did. She changed coaches. She again made the U.S. senior national team. She won silver in the individual all-arounds, the World Championships in 2015 in Glasgow. And she won her 3rd career Olympic gold with Team USA in Rio in 2016. She has been a role model who has remained grounded despite her tremendous success and shown courage in the face of adversity. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to welcome and speak with our special guest, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Gabby Douglas. Okay, is this working?
Hello. Okay, yeah.
Hello. How you feeling?
Good. I was so grateful for the chair. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, I know your feet. But I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I particularly like the shade of lime green. These are 70s vintage. They're very comfortable, actually. So let's jump right in. Tell me a little bit about Gabby Douglas as a girl growing up in Newport News, Virginia. What was she like, and what made her want to be a gymnast when she grew up?
I was always so rambunctious, and I was just everywhere. And actually, my older sister got me started in gymnastics. She was a gymnast too as well. And I saw her doing these amazing gymnastic skills, and I kind of wanted to do what she was doing. So she taught me, and by the end of the week, I was teaching myself like aerials. And my older sister, Ariel, saw how perfect I was doing them. So she told my mom to put me in, and that was about age 3. And it took my mom a little bit to put me in gymnastics, because I'm the youngest of the family, and my older sister fractured her wrist in 2 places, so she's like, oh, no way. But eventually, I got enrolled, and I just found love. I was just always so hyper, and I would like cut people on the trampoline, like, no, it's my turn again. And I just had a passion for gymnastics, and I was, always like to show off. So I was just, I don't know, it's just everywhere.
So it seemed like it was a sort of a natural.
Very
thing for you to
natural,
do.
yes.
So you get to be 14 years old, and you made the decision to move from Newport News to Des Moines, Iowa, which is not Newport News. What was it like being 14 years old and thousands of miles away from the family in a place that was very different? And how did you get through that situation?
Yeah, so I was born in Newport News, but I was actually raised in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I knew I wanted to take my career to the next level. And everybody was like, what, at age 14? But I just got to a point where I just wanted a different style of coaching. And I saw Liang Chow on the TV screen at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And I was like, wow, like I need a coach like him. And I told my mom I was moving. She was like, no, you're not. I was like, no, I'm moving. And I told her, like, it's either I'm moving or I'm quitting gymnastics, because I knew I always wanted to go to the Olympics, and I just had to take my coaching to a different level.
That's kind of gutsy. I mean, sort of.
Very, very.
Was there a point of contention for a while, or how did you work through it? In terms of, I mean, could they just see that this was your dream and your goal, and this is what you had to do? Or
Yeah, my mom.
Did you have to do some talk? Did you have to do some convincing?
Oh yeah. A lot of convincing. I'm so thankful for my siblings because they rallied behind me. Except for my brother, he was like, "What? No, you're not," because he's so protective. You know, he's a big brother, and he's like, "I can't protect you all the way out there in Iowa," but it took a lot of convincing. And I know my mom like made this list of like, okay, what are we gaining? What are we losing if she goes, if she doesn't go?
Was there ever a time that once you had gotten there and you were training, that you thought, what have I gotten myself into? You know, when's the next bus for Virginia?
I literally like on the plane when I was going there, I was like, wait, I changed my mind. Like, what am I doing? And when I was packing up all my stuff, I was so excited for the next journey and for, what to see Coach Chow, where he would take me. But literally I got on the plane and it was just like cornfields. And I was like, wait, never mind. I changed my mind. Because, I'm from Virginia Beach. So it was like beach and the ocean, boardwalks, and it was like nothing but like a Target and Applebee's. So I was like, wait, hold on.
Well, that's a pretty natural thing to start something and then suddenly have doubt. How did you work through that? I think that might be something that might be helpful to the student athletes here.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard and very tough because I'm so close with my family, and to move to a different environment, different atmosphere, different, gym and coach and teammates. It took a lot of adapting, but at the same time, I had to look at perspective and say, okay, let me give it a shot, and let me not think about, what I missed. Let's think about, the journey ahead. And I'm with this amazing coach, be positive.
So the coaching actually, sounds like the coaching had a great deal to do with the adjustment.
Yeah, Coach Chow was amazing. He kept it pretty fun in the gym, and we'd always play games. And his motto was like, if you work hard, then you play harder. So I love that because even though, you can do a lot of working, but there's also should be a lot of playing involved.
Okay, well, we're going to skip through a lot of training and go all the way to London. If you could take us back to the day of the all-around final, what's going through your mind, and how are you able to stay inside your own skin and retain the focus to be perfect on a global stage?
I just had done a lot of routines, a lot of repetitions, because gymnastics is all about muscle memory. You have to do it over and over again, and there's amazing athletes in the room that you guys can relate to that. It's a lot of sacrificing, a lot of dedication, but I was literally on autopilot. I go back and watch videos, and I'm like, wait, there was music playing in the background? I did not hear that, floor music. And I'm just so in the zone because we're trained, we're trained to do that and be in the zone and be in our own state of mind.
So it sounds like that those hours of preparation really were crucial to making that big moment happen.
Oh, for sure, yes. Because then it becomes natural, like second nature, and we go out and we just do what we have, trained for, do what we do.
Okay, now we were talking about pressure. What did you learn about facing pressure that you can relate to the student athletes here tonight, and what gets you through those moments, sort of in addition to into the preparation and the repetition?
My coach always said, pressure makes diamonds, and because I was always so competitive, and he was like, pressure, you can make diamonds when you put pressure on Gabby Douglas. So I don't know, I always love the pressure. I always love, competition, that who's going to win. Is he the underdog or is it the reigning champion? Or it's just, we all push each other and it's healthy competition. So I always love pressure. I mean, sure, I did feel it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. But I just told myself that, I can do this. I've trained so hard for this. I am so prepared. Now let's give, the crowd a good show to watch. And it's just go out there and have fun and enjoy what you do, because it's really amazing.
Was there a moment during that all-around rotation when you knew, I've got this? And do you remember what that was like and what that realization was like, or did that really only hit you later?
I tried not to think about that and just focus on one routine at a time, because at the same time, my coach was like, don't look at the scores, don't look up. Like, if you just go out there and do your best is good enough. But, I mean, I was a kid, so I'd be like, like peeking up. I was like, okay, I'm still good. But he just didn't want that extra added pressure. And I think it was after Beam. I was like, okay, I got this. Can't let it slip, though, but I'm pretty sure I have this in the bag.
Great. Now, I think someone mentioned it had been since 1980s, Nadia Comaneci, for an all-around champion to come back and to defend their gold medal. So what you did, you made that choice and went for it. What was it inside you that drove you to try to make the team for Rio and win another gold?
I always knew I wanted to go to 2 Olympics. And in 2012, I never wanted to retire. I was like, I'll just take a little bit of break and then I'll come back. Because I was so young and I still had a passion for gymnastics and a love for gymnastics. And I knew I wanted to challenge myself and push myself. And no one had ever gone back in such a long time. And I had the body to do it. I had the mind to do it. And I was still flexible, still very powerful and quick. So I was like, why not? I have nothing better to do.
Okay, now in 2014, on your way back to Rio, you made the decision to change coaches. What did you learn yourself from the process of making that decision, and sort of how did that fuel your journey to Rio?
It was very hard. It was very, very hard to switch coaches. So the coach that I went to London with, I left him twice. Long story. But it was very devastating for me because I loved him as a coach and I loved, his coaching methods. And I was literally hurt, and it took a lot because I moved from LA back to Iowa, back to LA to Ohio, and just that whole being the new girl again and trusting the coaches, new coaches, the environment and the equipment. It was very, very hard for me.
Did you learn anything about maybe trusting your own instincts in that process?
I did, and what I learned was, your talent goes with you. It doesn't stay, because I would always be like, I need him. Like, no, your talent goes with you, and that's what I learned through the whole process.
Okay, moving on. Now, you've seen some of the best and some of the worst that people have to offer on social media. Would you tell us about a situation you faced and what you learned to share? And what you learned to share with the athletes here tonight? We're maybe going on to college sports, and maybe they'll might run into their own social media issues someday down the road.
So social media has its pros, it has its cons, and I had never been cyberbullied that bad in 2016. I got a little bit in 2012, but in 2016, it was here. And I was so hurt, because there was a lot going on that people did not understand, that I was like, no, understand this. But, they took what the media said and just ran with it. But I would have to say, just never listen to the lies. And for me, I had a need to address it because it got so bad. So I addressed it, and then that was it. But I say address it and then take the high road, just don't let it consume you, because then I saw a mean comment. I'd be like, I need to jump, I'm going to go in. And I would I would, I'm being honest. I would search their profile and their pictures and be like, ooh, she's about to get it. So that made me become really bitter, and that was not the person who I wanted to be. And my mom was just like, don't respond, even though my mom was kind of going in because, she's a mama bear. So, and we just had to come to realize, everyone's not going to love you. It's just what are you going to do with that? What are you going to take from that? Are you going to move on, or are you going to, bring the claws out? So I would just say show love. And when I did that, people were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, like I apologize. And then they were like fighting for me. So it's just like, I dare you to show love.
There you go. I heard a lot of laughter of recognition out there for being in that situation and wanting to throw down.
It's hard, yeah, it is hard, but you can do it.
How important is it for athletes who have experienced success to give back? Tell us about do you have an experience where you gave back and what it meant to you and the person or people you helped?
I love giving back. It's definitely one of my passions as well. And I did this Make-A-Wish. I made someone's wish come true, and it was just amazing. Her name was Amarissa. She was diagnosed with lupus, and the one thing on her wish list was to meet me. And it's just so crazy, and that made me tear up. I'm like, me? Like, what? Out of like everyone in the entire universe, me? So I took her to the gym, and I taught her my Olympic floor routine. She put on my Olympic grips, and I just did a lot of bar routines for her, and we just had so much fun. And I just love giving back, even now. I love going down to Santa Monica Pier and just buying waters and like food for the homeless, and like giving my jacket, taking the jacket off my back and giving it to them, because I've been there. I know what that feels like. And anything that I can do, I love helping out. It's just who I am, and I love doing it.
Okay, one more question and we'll wrap this up if that's okay. What advice would you give the student athletes in this room about their futures after sports are over? Like after your career is over, what next, I guess? What advice would you give them about that?
For me, I'm super excited. I'm not currently training right now, but I'm so excited for the next journey. I am a nature freak. I love getting into other hobbies and passions that I never got to do while I was training, because a lot of people don't understand that when you do something, especially for a federation, you literally sign your life away. So I'm getting into skateboarding, music. I've taken a couple like Krav Maga lessons, so watch out. Acting, and I was like, can someone teach me like how to play basketball in here? Acting, but I'm just getting into a lot of things. Entrepreneur. I came up with my own lipstick line, and it's just enjoy the journey ahead. Do things that you've never done before. Expand your mind. I love to challenge myself in different activities.
Well, if you're a nature freak, then you've come to the right state.
Yeah.
We'll hope that you come back. Thank you so much,
Thank
Gabby,
you.
for coming
Thank you,
out and
guys.
for sharing your own experience and your stories with us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have another big round of applause for Gabby Douglas?
Thank you, Greg. We've got a couple of more awards to give out. Let's keep giving Gabby a good hand, though. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you for coming to Vermont and honoring us and helping us honor these students. Last sponsor mention and two big awards we need you to hang in here to help us celebrate. We're going to do this every year. It's new, it's exciting. And one of the sponsors that we don't good at tooting our own horn sometimes, but the Bennington Banner and the Manchester Journal, our owners stepped in to help make this happen as well. And with us today is President Fred Rutberg, who's standing behind us, who stepped in and said, we're doing this. Committed to your community, committed to making the community better through public service, through journalism, and getting the information you need to make decisions out there. And with that, remember to turn in your cards for your free subscription on the way out the door. Not completely free. We start you free. But we need you, because your contributions to that effort will fuel the journalism that will help generations to come and help us continue to celebrate like we are tonight. So just a reminder, if you received a reward tonight, there's a couple things before I get to the big ones I want to make sure you know. There are boxes, special boxes at the top of the stairs you can put your award in. There are also some newspaper fronts, and if you are on the front of those newspaper fronts, you can take it with you and keep it. So be on the lookout on the way out the door. I don't want any fighting over them, First come, first serve. So we're going to move on to the Male Athlete of the Year. Strength, agility, toughness, and determination. You've heard a little bit from Gabby tonight about the sacrifices one has to make. And I can tell you that the best of the best are getting up early, they're dedicating time to working out, and they're working on their studies in the background. This athlete showcased a high level of play on the football field, the ice rink, the baseball diamond. The schooling was a big part of each team's success. In the fall, he helped the football team reach its second straight Division II championship. This athlete did it all on the gridiron. You heard me talking about him earlier, and you should know who this is, playing quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver throughout the whole season. He accomplished the trifecta in the team season opener. If you'll remember me talking about him, throwing, running, and catching a touchdown all in one. This triple threat made a difference. On the ice, he was one of the hockey team's best defenders this winter. This spring, he was simply sensational on the mound for the baseball team, going 8-0. Yes, he's worthy, and yeah, we've seen some repeat in athletes coming from one of the categories, but this one, it comes from a lot of different categories. Filled with a great year of accomplishments. We really are here to let Jay McCoy know he's the Male Athlete of the Year. For all of the region, this is your Male Athlete of the Year. Congratulations. Very good. That is exciting. Because I know we'll start moving, and you've been in here and you've been so patient, I want to make sure we talk and remind you, Bennington College, Southwestern Vermont Medical Center, Bennington Saru, we're here to thank you all for helping make the Journal and Bennington Banner Regional All-Star Awards happen as we move into the last award of the evening. In the fall season, this Female Athlete of the Year was the Mount Anthony Girls Soccer leading scorer with 10 goals, half of which came in the last 3 games after returning from injury. She was named the Marble Valley League All-Star for her efforts. In the winter, she traded her soccer cleats for skis. And at the MVL event in Prospect Mountain, she finished 7th, beating her Brattleboro opponent. Love Brattleboro, but she beat Brattleboro. Most of the time, she finished in the top 10 or 15 to help MAU top 3 podium finishes throughout the season. The spring season is where this person was at her best. During lacrosse, she led the team in 83 goals and had more than 130 points. This season, she set the Mount Anthony goal-scoring record against Hoosick Falls in the finals at 17-1 overall record. This person will continue her career at Lemoyne College in Central New York. Our Female Athlete of the Year is Mount Anthony's Emily Altland. This is your Regional Athlete of the Year. So as you get ready to leave, I do want to encourage you, because of the way the seating is set, please use care in walking out. If you need, we'll have some doors downstairs, and you can go upstairs to divide out. If you need some assistance leaving, there's a downstairs to leave from. So we'll have a reception line up front for those of you who maybe didn't get to meet Gabby. She'll be here for a few more minutes. And please line up orderly on my right side. I'm losing you, but thank you all for a wonderful night. And we'll see you next year. Thank you.